All right, dudes, you didn't see this, but in the part we just took out, my overhead failed me, so RIP the overhead. Anyway, Nate from the 80/20 drummer. I've got a quick little quarter note triplet thing over 5. Yeah, just a walk in the park, right? Just basics, single strokes, paradiddles, and a quarter note triplet thing over 5. What can I tell you? Anyway, this is how this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are the origins of this? Let me play this with a quarter note in the hats, and I'm going to play all of the moving parts on the snare drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and let me add the kick drum parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a little bit advanced, and it's an orchestration. So again, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, three, four, 5. So this is obviously inspired by the type of stuff Marcus Gilmore would play, particularly with Gilad, because I think Gilad uses a lot of quarter note triplets, so that'll just take them both down a rabbit hole. So we'll talk a little later about things you can do with this, but let's deconstruct the quarter note triplet just a bit. So probably no one who's still hanging with me at this point is confused about a quarter note triplet. Otherwise, you guys are just white knuckling it. You're like, ah! But a quarter note triplet, if we're going to play over 4, so if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, if that's the quarter note, then obviously 8 note triplets are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And quarter note triplets are half that rate. So if you think of moving one hand off the drum and just playing into space over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's mildly interesting, but you can also start it on the last triplet of the first triplet. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can even start it on the second triplet. So that would be as if your ghosting hand was playing the first one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So when we apply this over 5, some interesting things start to happen. I'm not totally sure what. No, I'm just kidding. I've got no idea what, but it's interesting. So let's just think about this for a hot second. 5 now on the hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it cycles, right? So if you start the first bar with a downbeat triplet, then it's going to cycle on the second bar through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So automatically you're getting an interesting 2-bar phrase there. So what are some things you can do to break up quarter note triplets? Again, let's go back to 4. So, so your triplet would be. But a common thing you might do is something I actually was just watching new drummer for Dream Theater, Mike Mangini, do in a video. I did a Dream Theater deep dive because actually they've got an excellent documentary on the auditions replacing Portnoy. But one thing you can do is instead of 3, 4, right, you can take that pulse and alternate, like make your triplet bass your new 4. So 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So interesting things happen when you do quarter note triplets over 5. Remember, we're thinking 4, 5. So imagine when you're playing your kind of broken feel. 4, 5. Etc. Real talk, I'm not doing that for too many bars because I'm slightly afraid of screwing it up. So all of that gets back to how we're going to get into this lick and kind of the etymology of the evolution of how I invented it. So you've got a rock beat in 4, so you're going to vary it. No different than if you're playing quarter note triplets. Right? 3, 4. Three, 4. Etc. So again, imagining you're improvising over 5, you might well come up with something like 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So lastly, let's take this through the process of how I would kind of mess with it and improvise over it. So there are going to be textural things, there are going to be variation things. This is like the Nate gets the free improv at the end of the lesson section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, you're coming at this from a regular 5, so 4, 5. So dudes, thanks for sitting through this lesson. I'm Nate, this is the 80/20 drummer. If you've been digging the lessons and you're thinking about going a little deeper, I recommend you click on the screen right here, card, and check out my 3 free videos that'll make your drumming better in 3 weeks. Just click on that, grab your copy of it. I guarantee you'll see a greater improvement in your playing in 3 weeks than you have in the last 6 months. Most drummers make some version of the same 3 mistakes. If they're trying to get from, say, intermediate to advanced, those will cut right to the chase with those mistakes and help you get better faster. Dudes, appreciate you watching. Be back soon for another lesson of the week.